Hey guys, this is the last and final video for our practice for the interim test. You had a few problems on units 5, 6, and 7, and I'm going to go over those answers really quick. You are going to look for a 6-word phrase, so when you send in a picture of your work, please put the phrase on the paper or type it in the text, or type it in whenever you submit your grade. Here we go. Number 1. Which expression is equivalent to this? So we need to apply our rules for exponents, and we can do that as follows. So we have a 2 here, so we know this is the power of 2. So we need to square the 7. So 7 squared is going to give us 49. So immediately I know I can mark off this one and this one. And then we need to apply the 2 to this 3. And when we do that, 3 times 2, that will give us 6. Whoops. X to the power of 6. Over here, we need to multiply 1/2 times 8. And when you do that, you're going to get x to the power of 4. Now we can combine these terms. Well, we're not going to combine them, we're going to multiply them because this is multiplying. And there's an invisible 1 here. So 49 times 1 is 49. And then you add your exponents. So your answer is B. Down here we're multiplying. And it says, what expression is equivalent to x to the power of n? They want to know what is going to be our exponent. So we have 3 minus 17, and we know that's going to give us a negative 14. So that is your answer for number 2. Number 3, they're looking for the area of a rectangle, or they're telling us the area of the rectangle is that yards. If the length of the rectangle is 6x to the power of 3, y to the power of 4 yards, which expression represents the width of the rectangle in yards? So we know one of them is going to be 6x to the power of 3, y to the power of 4, and we want it to ultimately equal 54, x to the power of 9, y to the power of 8. So I know 6 times 9 can give me 54. So I'm going to mark off these other ones. So I know I can go with the 9. 6 times 9 is 54, and then we would add the exponents. So I'm looking for I have a 3. And then this should be a 3 as well. Wait, this is going to be a 9. So if I add the exponents, this would need to be a 6. 3 plus 6 is 9. And then for the y's, I'm looking for one that will give me 8. And 4 plus 4 is 8. So your answer is going to be C. Because 6 times 9 is 54. Add your exponents, and you're good. Okay? You only multiply the exponents if they're outside the parentheses. Which expression is equivalent to the square root of 147? Well, in your calculator, you're going to hit second square root 147, enter, and you see this is 12.12. So you need to do each answer and find out which one matches that. 3 second square root 7, that doesn't. 7 second square root 3, there you go. That works. Your answer is G. Number 5. Okay, we have a shoe company that has 2 stores, store A and B, and they want to combine the inventory. So we need to add this stuff together. So when we do that, we are going to combine like terms because we're adding. So we have g squared, g to the power of 2, g to the power of 2. So we would add these. Then we have just a g. So I'm going to focus on that so I can eliminate some of these answers. I know I need a negative 4/5 g. This is positive, so I'm marking those off. And I know this plus this must be this, because this is my answer. They both have a negative 4/5 g, so that works. I just need to see what this plus this equals. So let's use our calculator. I have 7 divided by 2 plus 1 divided by 4, and I'm going to get 3.75. So I'm going to check this one first. 15 divided by 4 gives me 3.75, so I know my answer is A. Number 6, which expression is equivalent to all of this? Well, we need to combine our terms, and first we need to remove our parentheses. So we have 2x squared plus 4x minus 6x squared plus 9. We have a negative in front of the parentheses, so that means everything flips. So now we have a negative 6x and a minus 3. Let's combine like terms. There's 1, there's 1. That gives me a negative 4x squared. I immediately know I can mark these two off. Then I have my x's. That's going to give me a negative 2x. So they both have that, they both have that. And then finally, I have 9 minus 3, which is going to give me plus 6. So your answer is G. Number 7, they want to know what is the area of the storage facility. So we need to multiply 5x plus 4 times 4x minus 4. So we have 20x squared. Then we have 5x times negative 4. That gives us negative 20x. Down here we have plus 16x. And then here we have negative 16. So we know we have 20x squared. So I can mark these two off. I'm going to combine my like terms. That gives me a negative 4x minus 16. Your answer is B. Number 8, which expression is equivalent to this? Well, we're just going to bring down everything and remove the parentheses. So by doing that, I know, let's see, first I need to figure out which I can eliminate. So let's see, 9q squared. And then I'm going to have a negative 2/3 times 3. Let's do that in the calculator. So a negative 2 divided by 3 times 3 will give me a negative 2q. And then I have a negative 2/3 times a negative 7. So I'm going to do it again. Negative 2/3 times a negative 7. That's going to give me a positive 4.66. That's messy. Oh, because, yeah, okay. So I'm just going to leave it as a fraction times a negative 7 over 1. So we have a negative times a negative. That's going to give me a positive 14 over 3. So I'm just going to leave it like that. And then finally I have plus 5q squared. We need to combine our like terms. This is going to give me 14q squared, so I can immediately take those off. I have a negative 2q, which is right here, so we know our answer is H. Which expression is a factor of this? Well, we're going to use the box method. And I am going to put the product is 18 times 2. So 18 times 2 is going to be 36. 36x squared. I know my sum is going to be negative 15. So what times what is 36 added together gives me a 15, or negative 15. So let's see. We have 1 times 36, that won't work. 2 times 18, that won't work. 3 times 6, that won't work. Let's see. Well, that doesn't even work. Hold on. 3 times 12. Now that would work. So we know what is going to give us a negative 15. So we would need a negative 3 plus a negative 12. They need to both be negatives to give us a negative 15. Then a negative times a negative is a positive. So let's write our first number, 18x squared. Our last number is 2. Here's my factors. And I can factor out a 2 here. I can factor out a 3 here. I can factor out a 6 on this side. And I can factor out a 1 on this side. The rule says if this is negative, this is negative. Now I'm looking for 6x minus 1, or I'm looking for 3x minus 2. I don't see the first one, but I see the second one is A. Number 10, which expression is equivalent to this one? Okay, well, I'm just going to use the brackets. I know I'm going to have an M and an M. I know I need something times that. Let's see, our product is going to be 30, and our sum is going to be negative 13. So what times what is 30 added together will give me a negative 13. So I know 15, 2 times 15 will do that for me. And I'm looking for a negative 13, so I know that my 15 needs to be negative and my 2 positive. And that's all you do on this one because we don't have a coefficient here in front of the M. So your answer is F. Number 11, I'm going to draw the box. I know the product is going to be 6 times 5, so 30x squared. And my sum is 13. Oh my gosh. It's going to be the same stuff as the one above almost. So we're looking for something multiplied together that will give me 30, added together will give me 13. And we know everything needs to be positive. So let's see. So 1 times 30 is 30. 2 times 15 is 30. Oh, 3 times 10. So I know it's going to be a 3 plus 10 equals 13. So we have our 6x squared. We have our 5, and we have a 3 and a 10. So we can factor out a 5, we can factor out a 3, we can factor out a 2, and we can factor out a 1. And they're positive because these are positive. So we have 2x plus 1 times 3x plus 5. So your answer is C. And finally, which expression is a factor of this? So we're looking for something that will cancel each other out because we don't have a middle, we don't have a sum. So I'm just going to factor my answers. 18x minus 7 times Nope, I'm going to draw the box. Okay, so here's my box. And we have 36x squared. And the last number is negative 49. And then we know our product will be the first times the last. So we have 36 times negative 49. Good grief, that's a big number. And actually, I'm just going to try to do this without the box method because I know 6 times 6 is 36. And that would give me my 36x. And I know 7 times 7 is 49. And I want them to cancel out. So I'm going to have a positive and I'm going to have a negative. That's way easier than this. So, which is an expression of this? Well, J. J is the one that works. As you know, I did not make it through the words of this because I was doing it while students were in here. But your phrase is going to be so don't worry about looking for 6-word phrase because I did not put that in as I was making the video. Probably because the construction is so loud in the back. Anyway, just put no phrase available. That'll do it, guys. Thank you for watching.